Alright, what is up, guys? I just moved into a new house, so my Craigslist searching has had to take a little break, so I'm just going to show you guys my new house and my video game collection as of 1 week. This is where I play and record modern day games. You guys don't have any interest in that. It's a bunch of crap like Halo and Call of Duty. So we're going to leave my room and check out where the magic is at. So here's our living room. Big 60-inch TV right in the middle of the hallway. Wave Race, best game of all time, is being played. My roommate is desperately trying to beat the high score that I set like 12 years ago when I was 10 years old. So here we have the little video game area of the house over here. Clearly Halo favored right now, but there's a nice little 3D cutout of Link up there. And I'm going to show you guys the video game collection I have 1 week in. And I'll admit to you, a lot of these are not mine. My roommate that I moved in with brought along some of his classic games to the party. So as you can see, first thing off, we have the Sega Genesis, which I did not have before. There's that Dreamcast I traded the cell phone battery for. NES down there. Game Boy SP that I'm trying to sell on eBay. A couple Game Boy games I found. Harry Potter. Actually a really good RPG, believe it or not, on the Game Boy Color. And then obviously a must-own, always valuable, even if I don't want to keep it. Will always sell right away, Pokemon Yellow version for the Game Boy Color. N64 games, you guys have seen a bunch of these, but you haven't seen Gex, Battle Tanks, XG2, I don't even know what that game is, never heard of it. Quest 64, hate it or love it RPG, most people don't like it, but some people do. Mario 64, Star Wars Racer, Mario 64, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Rampage, and GoldenEye. You guys have seen all those in a previous video. Whatever, we'll organize these a little bit later on. Alright, so now we got Super Tennis. I had a friend give me this for free. And these other games you guys have seen in previous videos. Super Star Wars games, Killer Instinct, and a sports game, which is worthless. Moving on, some Genesis games. Cyberball. Never played that. Spider-Man game, always valuable if I don't decide to keep it, but we will keep these. Have a nice little Genesis collection. Road Rash 2. Action 52. Oh my god, this infamous game. Some people call it the worst game of all time. I'm going to have to play that just for the see if the reviews were needed. Minish Cap in box. Really fun to play on my SP that I got recently. And let's see, we have Golden Sun 2, The Lost Age, in box. That should fetch a pretty penny if we decide to sell that. I actually don't like turn-based RPGs too much. Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. Big find. Looks like he got this for $20 sometime in the past. It's probably worth more than that now. Star Wars Arcade for the 32-bit. Metalhead for the 32-bit. Mortal Kombat for Sega Genesis, and all these games he has here are in box, which is really nice. NBA Jam, great game. 6-game cartridge in box. It's like a bunch of junky 32 games. Probably won't ever play that. And Sonic 1, 2, and 3 all in box and in absolutely spectacular condition. Really, I mean, most kids did not keep the boxes for cartridge games because you didn't need to. I mean, nowadays you have to keep the box to keep your disc in it. But back then, I mean, you didn't need to. These things would just sit out fine. Like, these games are 20 years old almost, and they work fine. They've sat in dust and whatnot. Take a look down here. Sorry, roommate, for getting in your way for a minute. Another NES, SNES rather. My Nintendo 64, Dreamcast controller, and a shit ton of controllers. Everything you can imagine. Bunch of NES controllers, a bunch of Nintendo 64 controllers, and some Genesis controllers down there. So when we have friends over like we have, we can all grab a controller and play a multiplayer game. Bunch of game guides in here. Most of them are new, so they're not too interesting to me, but this is really, really funny. StarCraft Ghost on the cover of Xbox Official Magazine. This game never, ever came out. So it's really cool and collectible to have that on the cover of a magazine for a game that didn't release. And these magazines are always fun to flip through and see which of the games they talk about ended up being good and which ones ended up being complete shit. So that's my game collection this far. 1 week in. Again, some of this stuff's not mine though, so it doesn't really count. Resident Evil 2 on the cover of that magazine there. Pretty cool. Final Fantasy and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That'll go with my original Gold and Silver Pokemon game guide, which I have somewhere. And you guys, that's my game collection so far. Be sure to subscribe. I'm the type of guy that does some giveaways every once in a while, some Microsoft Live points, PlayStation Network points. So be sure to drop a subscribe, a comment, and a like if you guys would. I will talk to all of you later.